What if a distant African land was woven into the Bible's very fabric, from the rivers of Eden to the first Gentile convert? Cush, known as Ethiopia in Scripture, emerges not as a footnote, but as a symbol of power, prophecy, and redemption. Its story spans creation to the early church, blending warnings of judgment with promises of worship. This is the chronicle of Ethiopia's enduring biblical ties, a narrative that shaped a nation's faith and identity. But before continuing, please subscribe to my channel. It is a big deal to me, but a matter of a single click to you. The nation of Ethiopia, primarily referred to as Cush in the Hebrew Bible, holds a unique and profound place in the biblical narrative. Its appearances span from the book of Genesis to the Acts of the Apostles, painting a picture of a powerful, distant land that is both an active participant in history and a significant symbol in prophecy. This document combines the positive and negative references to present a balanced and chronological account. The River Gihon, Genesis 2 verse 13, the second river flowing from the Garden of Eden, is identified as the Gihon, described as winding through the entire land of Ethiopia. This places Ethiopia at the very dawn of biblical history, connected to the paradise of creation itself, establishing it as a land of ancient origin and significance. The wife of Moses, Numbers 12:1, Moses married an Ethiopian woman. This act, which provoked criticism from his siblings Aaron and Miriam, places an Ethiopian woman at the very heart of the Israelite story during the Exodus. This demonstrates an early and intimate connection between the leadership of Israel and Ethiopia. Watch the video till the end. The next part will astonish you. A mighty army, 2 Chronicles 14 verses 9 to 15. The Ethiopian led a vast army against King Asa of Judah. This depiction of Ethiopia as a formidable military superpower highlights its significant influence on the regional politics of the time. The Queen of Sheba, 1 Kings 10 verses 1 to 13 and 2 Chronicles 9 verses 1 to 12. The visit of the Queen of Sheba to King Solomon is a central link. While Sheba was in southern Arabia, ancient Ethiopian tradition, recorded in the Kabra Nagast, identifies her as Queen Makeda of Aksum. This tradition holds that their union produced Menelik I, founding a Solomonic dynasty in Ethiopia and creating a literal bloodline with the House of David. The epic's narrative underscores how Ethiopia's kingship ties directly to biblical royalty, transforming a diplomatic encounter into a divine legacy. This connection not only elevates Ethiopia's historical prestige, but also integrates it into the covenantal promises of Israel, a theme echoed in later prophecies. But before continuing, please subscribe to my channel. It is a big deal to me, but a matter of a single click to you. During the period of the Assyrian and Babylonian threats, the prophets delivered messages not only to Israel and Judah, but also to the surrounding nations. Ethiopia, due to its power and alliances, was included in these judgments. A warning against alliances, Isaiah 20 verses 3 to 5. The prophet Isaiah performed a dramatic sign against Egypt and Ethiopia, warning Judah against relying on a military alliance with them for protection against Assyria instead of trusting in God. The prophecy stated that Judah would be ashamed of Ethiopia, their hope. A partner in judgment, Ezekiel 30 verses 4 to 5. 9. Ezekiel pronounced judgment against Egypt and its allies, declaring, "A sword shall come upon Egypt, and anguish shall be in Ethiopia." Ethiopia was judged as part of a coalition opposing God's purposes. A direct pronouncement, Zephaniah 2 verse 12. The prophet Zephaniah declared, "You also, O Ethiopians, shall be slain by my sword." This direct warning places Ethiopia under the same divine justice as other nations like Philistia and Moab, signifying that no nation is beyond God's reach. A symbol of false strength, Nahum 3 verse 9. In a taunt against Assyria, Nahum mentions Ethiopia was her strength, Egypt too, showing Ethiopia as part of the human power structures that God judges. Context of the judgments. These prophecies were specific to the political actions of the ancient kingdom of Ethiopia in the first millennium BC. They are not eternal curses, but historical judgments. Crucially, being included in this prophetic narrative is a backhanded compliment to Ethiopia's power and significance on the world stage. But before continuing, please subscribe to my channel. It is a big deal to me, but a matter of a single click to you. Alongside the sobering warnings, a brilliant thread of hope was woven into the prophetic tapestry concerning Ethiopia. While the prophets declared God's judgment on the pride of nations, they also cast a visionary gaze toward a future where the boundaries of God's kingdom would expand to embrace the ends of the earth. For Ethiopia, this was not a mere footnote, but a glorious destiny. The same prophets who spoke of the sword also sang of salvation, envisioning a day when this powerful, distant land would not be an adversary or a mere ally, but a devoted worshiper, its strength and wealth consecrated to the God of Israel. This shift from judgment to joy marks one of the most beautiful arcs in Ethiopia's biblical story. The promise in Psalm 68 verse 31 is nothing short of prophetic electricity. Envoys will come from Egypt. Ethiopia will quickly stretch out her hands to God. This is more than a diplomatic mission. It is a picture of eager, wholehearted surrender. The phrase "stretch out her hands" evokes a powerful dual image. First, the posture of desperate prayer and supplication, and second, the eager reach of a child toward a parent. It suggests not a reluctant, slow-moving conversion, but a swift and joyful embrace of the divine. For centuries, this verse stood as a beacon, a divine prediction that the spiritual yearning of Ethiopia would one day erupt into a fervent faith that would not wait, but would run toward the light of God. The theme of inclusion reaches its zenith in the profound words of Psalm 87. In a song celebrating Zion as the spiritual center of the world, God does something revolutionary. He declares of individuals from rival and distant nations, "This one was born in Zion." Among those specifically named is Ethiopia. This is a radical statement of spiritual adoption. It means that an Ethiopian, by faith, would be granted the same status and inheritance as a native-born citizen of Jerusalem, a breathtaking promise of equality in the family of God. Furthermore, the prophet Isaiah adds a tangible dimension to this spiritual truth. In Isaiah 45 verse 14, he foresees the wealth of Egypt and the merchandise of Ethiopia flowing to a restored Israel, not as plunder, but as tribute. The nations, recognizing the one true God in Israel, will bring their treasures, saying, "Surely God is in you. There is no other." Ethiopia's material wealth becomes a symbol of its spiritual submission. The ultimate restoration is prophesied by Zephaniah, the very prophet who had once declared Ethiopia would fall by the sword. In a stunning reversal, he proclaims a future of divine gathering and worship. "From beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, my worshippers, my scattered people, will bring me offerings." This is the final fulfillment of the promise. The rivers of Ethiopia, once the boundary of a distant and judged land, now become the point of origin for a faithful diaspora. God calls them my worshippers, my scattered people, language of intimate possession and belonging. They are no longer outsiders, but part of God's own family, scattered yet faithful, returning to Him with their offerings of praise, wealth, and lives. This is the glorious destiny, a people from the ends of the earth, fully integrated into the global chorus of worship. But before continuing, please subscribe to my channel. It is a big deal to me, but a matter of a single click to you. A trusted bodyguard, Jeremiah 38 verses 7 to 13. 39:15-18 Ebed-Melech the Ethiopian was a high official in the court of King Zedekiah. He courageously saved the prophet Jeremiah from death. For this righteous act, God promised him personal protection during the Babylonian conquest, highlighting that God honors faithful individuals from all nations. The Ethiopian Eunuch, Acts 8 verses 26 to 39. This event is the culmination of Ethiopia's biblical narrative. A high-ranking treasurer for the Kandake, Queen of Ethiopia, was returning from worship in Jerusalem. The Apostle Philip explained the gospel to him, and he was immediately baptized. This is monumental. He is the first recorded Gentile convert in the New Testament. This act is seen as the direct fulfillment of Psalm 68, verse 31. Ethiopia received the gospel directly from an apostle, establishing a Christian tradition that is ancient and independent. The biblical connection to Ethiopia is not incidental, but theologically profound and narratively continuous. Ethiopia is portrayed as 1. A land of origin, Eden's river. 2. A land of power and wealth, Zerah, the Queen of Sheba. 3. A land held accountable for its political choices, like all nations. 4. A land of righteous individuals, Moses' wife, Ebed-melech. 5. A land with a prophetic destiny to worship God. 6. The land that fulfilled that destiny at the very dawn of the Christian church. This balanced and deep biblical witness forms the bedrock of the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church's identity, justifying its unique canon, its ancient traditions, and its self-understanding as a people with a distinctive and enduring covenant with God. The connection of Ethiopia to the Bible reveals a land integral to God's story, judged yet redeemed, powerful yet pious. From primordial rivers to apostolic waters, it embodies the gospel's reach to all nations, inspiring a faith that endures. This chronicle affirms Ethiopia's unique place, a testament to divine inclusion. If you enjoyed this video, please encourage me to create more similar videos by subscribing, sharing to others, and liking.